Outfield in. First pitch is hit in the air to center. Should be plenty deep. Heineman going back. He's still going back. And that baby's gone. Piscotty with a grand slam.
That was already the second walk-off grand slam for the A's, and it's not even 3 weeks into the season, so I'm excited to see what this does for that Oakland club, because if we take a look at the standings in the Western Division, the Astros, they're 6-4. The Angels, they haven't found their groove just yet. The Rangers are underperforming. The A's could be a dark horse team to be that #1 squad over there in the West. But thank you guys for stopping by to yet another MLB recap. If you guys are not subbed, I would say today is the best day to do so, because there's going to be some crazy updates in the next couple days. So if you want to join Fuzzy Nation, I would really appreciate that. But we have some crazy stories. A fan flew their personal drone into Target Field, and it delayed the Twins versus the Pirates. It was the first time that it's ever happened in MLB history, which is surprising. I thought that would have happened more often. We have the Marlins returning after their Corona scare, and then last but not least, Mike Trout is back. He has dad power, and he did not disappoint. Also, Jackie Bradley Jr. with quite possibly the play of the year already. So buckle in, it's going to be a crazy ride. And without further ado, let's start talking baseball. Now, before we get into the recaps of the games, I want to show you guys how you can beat Pete Alonso. All you have to do is two different things. So watch this clip from Pete Alonso. He's mic'd up. There's also going to be a link to the video in the description down below. Go show him some support. He's starting his own YouTube channel. But yeah, if you want to be Pete Alonso, all you need are these two things.
Chocolate milk and squats. That's a secret.
Chocolate milk and squats, all right? I know what I'm doing for the rest of my day. So you guys have been patient. I'm going to go ahead and show the Twins versus the Pirates highlights. Actually, it's the Twins versus the Pirates. There's not really anything that you guys have to see because the game was over before it started. You have Jose Barrios versus the Pirates. It's just, I mean, Max Kepler walked 4 times and hit a sac fly. So even though he didn't get an official at-bat, he was causing a lot of havoc. But I think the main story from yesterday, aside from Barrios and the offense of the Twins, was the fact that a fan parked, I don't know how far away from the stadium, but he flew his drone into Target Field and delayed the game. Now, this is a little bit scary because who knows what people can attach to drones. Maybe they drop something scary or they attach something to it. I don't like this at all, so I think there definitely needs to be a bit more of a defense or a fine that is levied to anyone who does this, because this is a little scary.
Well, I have never experienced this before in my life. I mean, only in 2020 would you, like, we don't have enough to worry about.
But anyways, we're going to go ahead and move on to the Marlins because they made their return from the Rona nightmare. They got a gem from Pablo Lopez, but they were playing the Orioles, so it's kind of like the battle of the teams that are overperforming, but they should be bad. The offense picks it up in innings 5, 6, and 8, and luckily, yeah, they get the W because the first half of the game, woo, it was stinky. It was boring. Now, speaking of return, Juan Soto was activated from the Rona list, from the IL. The Nationals, they were able to secure a W yesterday after getting home runs from Howie Kendrick, the first one since he hit that one in Game 7 of the World Series. You also had Carter Kieboom going off. Steven Matz of the Mets, he just doesn't have it. I don't know if he's going to be a bullpen guy. I don't know if he's going to, return to his form back in 2016, 2017, but he has just not been good. And then also Austin Meadows, he returns after missing 10 days. He got his Rona stint out the way, and the Rays get exactly what they needed, a W. From Charlie Morton, from Austin Meadows, who is going to be a great catalyst for that offense, and Hunter Renfroe finally has some protection. I like the Rays' chances going forward, but also they played the Red Sox, who have, the Red Sox starters have a 7 ERA this year. You're going to score 50 runs every time you play them. Mike Trout was already the best player on planet Earth, right? Like, you can't debate that Aaron Judge or Mookie Betts is better. Sure, they're having great seasons, but Mike Trout is the GOAT, and he just got even more powerful. If you guys didn't know, when you're a dad, your strength triples. Albert Pujols also is 1 home run away now from tying Willie Mays. Yesterday, he hit number 659. But I think the main story from yesterday, aside from Mike Trout, is the fact that Joe Adell made his MLB debut. They called him up, and his very first base hit, I'll go ahead and roll it right now. It looks kind of similar to another Angels superstar that made his debut a couple days. Are they the same person?
Well, setting up outside, it's a breaking ball hammered out toward left center field, hit well. Kyle Lewis back, that's gone. Big fly for Mike.
Runs. Next one on Albert, and he swings and drives the ball deep down the left side, and that one is out of here.
First pitch swinging, lofts one out to Brian Goodwin. In left field, he's underneath it.
Now, if you're an Angels fan, I do quickly want to update you as to who's going to be sitting now that Joe Adell is going to be playing right field every single day. Joe Madden came out and said that Justin Upton and Brian Goodwin are going to be platooning out in left field, which I think is good because Upton, he's not very good against righties. Brian Goodwin, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work out, but that's the situation. I need to shout out this man right now. I was super excited. This actually might be my favorite topic from yesterday. German Marquez is carrying the Rockies. So far in 3 starts, he's been electric. He lowered his ERA to like 1.5 or something crazy. He had 9 strikeouts in just under 8 innings. Sam Hilliard gets a big RBI in the 4th inning, and then Chuck Nasty and Nolan Arenado, they carry the squad in the later half of the game. But I'm super pumped up about the Rockies pitching. They have been dominant to start the year, so I'm gonna knock on wood so I don't jinx it. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and show the play of the day. In my opinion, the umpires thought that he didn't make this grab, but he did. Jackie Bradley Jr., he becomes Superman for about 2 seconds.
Reaches out, flies that one. Jackie on the move. He dives. Did he make the play? He caught the ball.
Shane Bieber and Lucas Giolito pretty much had the same game yesterday. So Bieber, he improves to 3-0. He throws a gem. Now, luckily, the offense bailed him out because going into the 7th inning, they were actually down 2-0. And the same goes for Lucas Giolito. He throws 6 innings and then gets bailed out by the offense. So here we go. Indians get bailed out. We have Lucas Giolito getting bailed out. I mean, these two teams are so much fun to watch when they're actually hitting.
Big man awaits the 2-2. Here it comes.
There's the ball hit well. Deep center field. Back is Senzel at the wall. He's out of room. It's out of here.
And it swung on and missed. Got him to chase the breaking ball. 2-2. Another curve and strike 3 called.
Eloy Jimenez. Eloy cracks this ball. Deep center field. Bring him home. We're 1-0. Jose rips it to left field and gives the Sox the lead. 5th. On the ground to first. Jose's got it.
Franmil Reyes breaks out of his slump. Eloy Jimenez and Jose Abreu are both up to 8 RBIs, and I think that the White Sox are now leading all of baseball yet again in batting average. Their offense is going to be nutty for this entire season. Next up, we have the Cubs improving to another 9-2 team. I think the Twins and the Cubs are the only 9-2 squads, but I could be wrong. Maybe the Dodgers. We'll get into that in just a second, but they get home runs from Jason Hayward, Jason Kipnis, Wilson Contreras, Kyle Hendricks throws a gem. You're just not going to beat them. Even when Craig Kimbrell is imploding yet again, they need to bench this guy or get rid of him because he just doesn't have it anymore. Luckily, the Cubs get bailed out by Kyle Ryan, and he saves the day. But yeah, the Cubs, they're looking scary. Yet again, they win another game. Madison Bumgarner is looking to be a bust so far for the Arizona Diamondbacks as they fall to 3-8. Now, they did play the Astros, and whenever you play the Astros, you run the risk of giving up a ton of home runs and a ton of runs in general. As Jose Altuve gets his first bomb, Carlos Correa goes 3 for 3, and then Springer gets 3 RBIs. I mean, this game was over in the first 10 minutes.
And the first pitch to Altuve, and that's driven pretty well and pretty deep to left field.
Carlos Correa leading off. Carlos sends one deep to left field. That ball's well driven. That ball's on top of the fence and gone. This time he rips one. Fair ball down the line and left. 1 run will score. Here comes Tucker. He'll score.
I completely forgot to mention that the Rockies were 8-2. Now, we're going to move on to the Dodgers, who are in 2nd place. They're 8-4 after securing a W yesterday. Dustin May was roughed up in the first 2 innings, but then he settled down. And I might sound crazy when I say this, but I think that he has the nastiest stuff in all of baseball if we're talking about starting pitchers. Him, Garrett Cole, and Jacob deGrom, they throw 100 miles an hour. They have insane breaking stuff. I mean, when they're on their game, it's hard to hit them. So he had 8 Ks in 6 innings, and then Dinelson Lamet of the Padres also had a pretty good game. He lowers his ERA to 1.59, but unfortunately, the Dodgers offense led by dark horse MVP candidate Corey Seager. There you guys go. Seager is playing out of his mind right now, and also AJ Pollock. They get the party started in the 6th inning. Now, quick little side note about the Padres, because we just talked about them. They're playing really well, and they might get even better. So they have a top prospect in Mackenzie Gore. He's not called up just yet. And then their next best pitching prospect, Luis Patino, I think that he is going to be a stud as well. He is being called up, and if you've never seen this guy pitch, take a look because your jaw, it might just drop.
Strikes. Royce Lewis at the plate. Luis Patino.
Cheddar.
Now, the final game from yesterday, much like the Twins versus the Pirates, the Braves versus the Blue Jays. I mean, Matt Shoemaker, he's not the same guy as he was back in 2019. The Braves absolutely decimated them. Swanson is now hitting .340 with 13 RBIs, and then also Max Fried, a clutch performance. They're going to need him to step up after losing Mike Soroka. All right, guys, well, that does it for today's MLB recap. One of my favorite episodes of the year so far. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like on this one as well as subscribe. We're going to end today's video with this day in MLB history, a few no-hitters, a few milestones, a lot of fun. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe.
And Necro was 1 out away. And the drama reached its peak when Clarence Gaston hit one to Darrell Evans at third, who throws on to first, locking up Phil Necro's no-hit game, the first ever for an Atlanta pitcher.
Ashby's 1-1. McGuire swinging a long one to center field. Back at the track, at the wall. 500, folks. There it is. He does it again. The man treats him like it's Christmas.
The runners go. Down the line! It's headed into the corner! One run is in! And there it is, base hit. McLemore charges. Here comes Lofton. Here comes the throw! Cleve! And Cleveland has won it!
And there's Sean Green. And that is a quick inning.
This should do it. Go tie. And that's 300 wins for Tom Glavine, the 23rd player in the history to do it.